Okay, good afternoon. Now we will see gear tooth failures. In the morning, we have discussed some of the gear tooth failures, but as the demand for the students is that they have to write something during the lecture. Therefore, from this lecture onwards, whatever I will tell you to start writing or to start writing in your notebook. Therefore, at that time you have to start writing. Now, those students who are online attending the lecture, they have to take notebook, pen with you, and you have to also start writing. Therefore, first of all, write down gear tooth failures. Whether you have written, write down gear tooth failures. In that, first you write down breakage of the tooth. Breakage of the tooth, and second, surface destruction. Now, breakage of the tooth, that is nothing but due to interference or undercutting of the gear tooth. Now, we will see directly surface destruction. They write down surface destruction. In surface destruction, we are going to study 5 types of wear. First is abrasive wear. Second is corrosive wear. Third is initial pitting. Fourth is destructive pitting. And fifth is scoring. Fifth is scoring. Those students who are online, they have to write this. See that there will be a theoretical question in the question paper that describe different types of gear failures, or what are the different types of wear mechanisms in the gears. Therefore, at that time, you have to write down all these 5 and you have to write down their causes and remedies. Causes and remedies of these 5 types of wear. I think you have written this. Therefore, first wear we will see abrasive wear. Abrasive wear. Therefore, write down this. The tooth surface. The tooth surface is scratched by foreign particles. In the lubricant. Such as dirt, rust, and weld spatter of metallic debris. This is the reason. Therefore, what are the remedy? This can be reduced by. This can be reduced by oil filter, using high viscosity lubricants, and increasing the surface hardness. See that increasing word is not there, still you write. And increasing the surface hardness of the gear teeth. Surface hardness of the gear teeth. This is first is abrasive wear. Second is corrosive wear. Write down. Second, corrosive wear. You have to tell me whether I am going fast or not. Otherwise, I will go fast and you will lag behind. Therefore, write down corrosive wear. The corrosion of the tooth surface. The corrosion of the tooth surface is caused by corrosive elements. Corrosive elements such as extreme pressure additives, present in the lubricating oils and foreign particles or foreign materials due to external contamination. These elements attack the tooth surface. Resulting in fine wear, uniformly distributed over the entire surface. The corrosive wear can be controlled by complete enclosure of the gears. Selecting proper additives and replacing the lubricant at regular intervals of use. Completed. Okay, I think you are completed. Now next is initial fitting. Now what is meant by initial fitting? Initial म्हणजे काय? What is the meaning of the word initial? Starting point. लक्षात आलं का? Initial शब्दाचा अर्थ काय? Starting point. Start fitting म्हणजे काय? Fit. PIT fit म्हणजे काय? पीठ म्हणजे खड्डा, लक्षात ठेवा. नाहीतर म्हणतात गावाचं पीठ, ज्वारीचं, बाजरीचं किंवा कशाचं पीठ आवडतं. पीठ, PIT पीठ म्हणजे खड्डा. इनिशियल फिटिंग म्हणजे सुरुवातीचा खड्डा. सुरुवातीला खड्डा मोठा असतो व छोटा असतो? छोटा असतो ना. Therefore, this initial fitting means what? There will be small pits. These small pits are formed on the surface of the gears. Small pits are formed on the surface of the gear. Now, why these pits are formed? It is it is a type of fatigue failure. ऐकून घ्या पहिलं then first of all listen and then you write. It is a type of fatigue failure caused by repeated applications of stress cycles. Pitting phenomenon is of two types: initial pitting and destructive pitting. They write down this pitting. Pitting. It is a type of fatigue failure. It is a type of fatigue failure caused by repeated applications of stress cycles. Pitting phenomenon is of two types. Pitting phenomenon is of two types. First is initial pitting, and second is and destructive pitting. Initial pitting and destructive pitting. Therefore, you can write down here initial or corrective pitting. Initial or corrective pitting is a localized phenomenon. Initial or corrective pitting is a localized phenomenon characterized by small pits at high spots. Small pits at high spots. Such high spots are progressively worn out. Such high spots are progressively worn out, and the load is redistributed. Initial pitting is caused by the errors in tooth profile. Then surface irregularities. And misalignment. This is controlled by precise machining of gears. This is controlled by precise machining of gears and their correct alignment. So that the load is uniformly distributed across the full face width across the full face width and the dynamic load is reduced. And the dynamic load is reduced. Okay, completed. Last bench, whether it is completed. झालं का तुमचं? Shall I go to next slide? सांगत जावं बरं का, नाही तर मी जायचं पुढे तुम्ही राहायचं वाटेल. Next is destructive pitting. Next is destructive pitting. आता now you tell me the difference between initial pitting, earlier figure and this figure. Earlier is this figure. See that only small spots are there or small pits are there. And here size of the pits is larger or bigger. That means Marathi you can call this a मोठे खड्डे तुम्हाला गिअरच्या सरफेस वरती दिसतील. समजलं का? See the diagram, huh? See that. They are clearly visible. Therefore, write down destructive pitting. Destructive pitting is a surface fatigue failure. Surface fatigue failure which occurs when the load on the gear tooth exceeds the surface endurance strength of the gear material. This type of failure is characterized by pits which continue to grow resulting in complete destruction to the tooth surface. In some cases, this may even break the tooth. Permanently. This type of failure can be avoided. By ensuring that the wear strength of entire gear tooth. The wear strength of entire gear tooth is more than the sum of the surface endurance strength. The surface endurance strength is a function of the hardness and can be increased by this surface endurance strength is a function of the hardness and can be increased by improving the surface hardness of the gear tooth surface by using an appropriate heat treatment process. Okay, completed. Next is scoring. Scoring. Now, what is the scoring? These are the pictures of scoring. See that. Okay, write down scoring. The oil film between the gear teeth. The oil film between the gear teeth may break down excessive surface pressure, high sliding velocity, and inadequate supply of lubricant. And inadequate supply of lubricant. Second, results in generation of excessive frictional heat, excessive frictional heat, and overheating the surface of gear teeth again, and overheating write down. Scoring is a stick slip phenomenon. Scoring is a stick slip phenomenon in which alternate weldings and alternate welding and shearing takes place. Alternate welding and shearing takes place rapidly at high cost. At high spots, sorry. At high spots. This increases the wear rate faster. Next, scoring can be controlled by selecting. Scoring can be controlled by selecting proper surface speed, surface pressure, and flow of lubricant. Flow rate of the lubricant to keep the temperature of the contacting surfaces within permissible limits. Next line, the bulk temperature of lubricant can be reduced by providing fins on the gearbox, air cooling by a fan, or circulating cold water, Huh? Now you just see this destructive fitting you understood. Destructive fitting means whatever that size of pits will be there, they are more, means larger size of pits will be formed due to destructive fitting. And to avoid destructive fitting, what we can do, we can increase the surface hardness of the gears. Surface hardness, what are different methods of surface hardness? Carburizing, nitriding, cyaniding. Then these are the three major surface hardness treatments. So that hardness, surface means this surface, hardness of the gear teeth increases, and that depth of the hardness is up to 2 mm, 1 mm or 2 mm. Always remember. Now this destructive fitting you understood. Next is scoring. Now what you are observing here? Scoring. What you are observing? See that these lot of in-depth scratches are there. Score. Lot of this size of the scratch is more here in case of scoring. Therefore, why this scoring happens? Can you tell me? Now already it is written here. When two gears are in contact with each other, their lubrication is there. But since heavy pressure is existing at the contact point. At that time, there are chances that that lubricating film or that oil film is getting broken. म्हणजे काय होते तिथं because of lot of heavy pressure between the two gear teeth, that oil film gets broken and metal to metal contact takes place. Or one gear teeth is in direct contact with another gear teeth without the thickness of the lubricant, and that thickness is in terms of microns. Always remember, thickness of that lubricant between the two surfaces is in terms of microns. Microns म्हणजे 10 raised to minus 6. 1 into 10 raised to minus 6 mm. लक्षात ठेवा. 1 micron म्हणजे. Therefore, due to excessive pressure, high sliding velocity, and inadequate supply of lubricant. Sliding velocity means what? When this gear rotates between two gears, always remember motion is partly sliding and partly rolling. Rolling म्हणजेच काय? Rolling means circular motion. Rolling म्हणजे काय? And sliding म्हणजे this is the sliding motion. आपण लहानपणी घसरगुंडी खेळलोय सगळेजण. Sliding motion येते. Therefore, gear, when two gears are in contact with each other, there exists sliding motion and rolling motion. And when this gear oil film will break because of excessive surface pressure, improper supply of lubricant, and whatever that high sliding velocity is there. These are the three reasons. Now, because of this, what will happen? Sliding motion में तुम्हाला सांगितलं आपण घसरगुंडी खेळत होतो. किंवा आता जर मी इथं हात असं बेंचवर फिरवलं तर माझ्या हाताला काय होईल? हात माझा गरम होणार नाही का? तर तुम्ही असं पण करायचं. आपण थंडीमध्ये असं करतो. का करतो? हात गरम होण्यासाठी. Therefore, same result is there, which result in excessive frictional heat. Heat generation takes place, and that heating, since gears, that size of the gears is more, at that time the sliding speed will be also more. Overheating of the gear surface takes place. Overheating. थोड़ी frictional heat तयार होतीच ना, and because of this, what is going to happen? Overheating झाल्यामुळे काय होतंय? थोडंसं सरफेस काय होतो? बर्न होतो. बर्न म्हणजे जळतो. एकदम असं आग लागल्यासारखं जात नाही, थोडंसं असं नॉर्मल एकदम काळं पडतं. सरफेस काय होतो? काळा पडतो. Therefore, scoring is a stick slip phenomenon in which alternate welding and shearing takes place rapidly at high spots. This increases wear rate faster. Therefore, because of this, what will happen? Heat generation more काय होणार? थोडंफार the surface, it will become, that surface becomes heated. And since at the contact point, lot of heat is generated. Therefore, because of that heat, there is a small amount of melting of the material takes place. Melting or burning. थोडंसं जर बर्न झालं तर ती सब निघतोच ना सरफेस ना. आता हे बेंच आहे, इथे समजा आपण थोडीशी मेणबत्ती आणली आणि असं इथे हे केलं तर काय होणार? मेणबत्तीमुळे जिथे मेणबत्तीची ज्योत आहे त्या ज्योतीमुळे काय होणार? तो सरफेस बरोबर तिथला थोडासा जळला जाणार. How did that surface will get burned due to that light, or what you call of that torch? काय म्हणतो आपण त्याला इंग्लिश मध्ये? ज्योतीला flame. Because of that flame, that surface will burn. Therefore, same phenomenon will happen here. Surface is going to burn, and that तुम्ही जर बघितलं, if you will say that material getting removed, if we will take out that flame, then if we will just rub, what will happen? That materials extra, that surface layer of that bench, small material is getting removed, and what will happen at that point? Pit is formed. खड्डा फॉर्म होतो का नाही? Therefore same case will be here like this. Therefore, and because of this, alternate welding and shearing takes place. Welding and shearing म्हणजे काय? What is welding and shearing? Weld म्हणजे काय? चिकटणे. वेल्डिंग कशासाठी वापरतात आपण? कशासाठी वापरतो? दोन गोष्टी एकमेकांना जोडण्यासाठी आपण वेल्डिंग वापरतो. म्हणजे एक सरफेस दुसऱ्या सरफेसला चिटकवायचा असेल आपल्याला, तर आपण वेल्डिंग वापरतो. मेटल टू मेटल कॉन्टॅक्ट होण्यासाठी. तिथे काय आपण फेविक्विक किंवा लिंक वापरत नाही. मग वेल्डिंग होतं, चिकटतो निघतो, चिकटतो निघतो. मग त्याच्यावर सारख्या बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रिपीटेड फेनॉमेनॉन व्हॉट विल हॅपन? चिकटणार निघणार, चिकटणार निघणार म्हणजे काय होणार? Alternate welding and shearing takes place. Shear म्हणजे काय? Shear force you have studied. We suppose these two plates are there, these two plates are joined by riveted joint, and if I will slide upper plate in one direction, lower plate in an opposite direction, therefore that failure of the rivet takes place by shearing. म्हणजे स्लाइडिंग मोशन मुळे शियरिंग होतं, लक्षात ठेवा. स्लाइडिंग मोशन मुळे काय होतं? शियरिंग होतं. Therefore that welding takes place, and since in gears two motions exist, rolling and sliding, therefore because of the sliding motion shearing takes place. Shear म्हणजे असं होणं. मग असं सरफेस एकमेकाला वेल्ड होणार, परत चिकटून निघणार बाहेर, शियर होणार. And because of this, what is going to happen? Such types of eye spots are formed on the surface of the gear. म्हणजे large pits are formed on the surface of the gear. Large burned pits. Destructive pitting म्हणजे काय होतं? Pits burn होत नव्हते. Pits created होत होते because of surface endurance strength due to fatigue failure. पण इथे काय आहे? इथं सरफेस एकमेकाला चिकटतात, घासतात, घर्षणामुळे हीट तयार होते. हीटमुळे दोन्ही गिअरच्या टिपचे सरफेस काय होतात? थोडे जळतात, बर्न होतात. मग कधी कधी बर्न होतात ते वेल्डिंग होतात. वेल्डिंग पर स्लाइडिंग मोशन काय होतात? शियरिंग मोशन, शियरिंग टेक्स प्लेस, शियरिंग फेल्युअर. And because of that, this material is getting removed. Therefore, scoring can be controlled by selecting proper surface speed, surface pressure, and flow rate of lubricant to keep the temperature of contacting surfaces within permissible limit. The bulk temperature of lubricant can be reduced by providing fins on the gearbox, air cooling by a fan, or circulating cold water. Bulk temperature of the lubricant can be reduced by providing fins on the gearbox. Fins you are knowing? Fin म्हणजे काय? Extended surface. Fin कुठे? fin हा शब्द कुठे ऐकला का? IC engine. बरोबर, त्या रेडिएटर्सला fins असतात. अजून कुठे ऐकलाय? मोटर, अजून कॉम्प्रेसर, अजून माशाला पिन असतात माहिती आहे तुम्हाला? मासे खाता ना तुम्ही? ते पिन्स कशासाठी असतात? मग तसंच सेम पिन्स, that same concept we are using in our engineering. पिन्स मुळे काय होतं? That heat is getting extracted or what? What is a particular word of that? Heat is getting dissipated. Dissipation. Dissipated from that surface. And also, because of that fins, cooling also takes place. Radiator la fins asतात. But if you will see carefully, cylinder and piston माहिती तुम्हाला टू व्हीलर मध्ये असतो बघा तिथे खाली. ते सिलेंडर ला असे खाचा असतात. त्या खाचा म्हणजे त्या फिन्स लक्षात ठेवा. खाचांचे थोडे असं केलेले. That is nothing but pins. समजलं तुम्हाला? त्या पिन मुळे काय होतं? गॅप तयार होतो ना. पिन मुळे हीट बाहेर होती आणि त्या गॅप मध्ये काय होतं मग एअर सर्क्युलेशन होती. बिटवीन द टू पिन्स गॅप इज देअर. सिलेंडरला खाचा असतात बघा. Slots, you can see it slots. And because of that, heat is going through the pin. And in that slot, air circulation will be there, natural air circulation. And that's why cylinder means that cooling process takes place of that cylinder. But जर तुम्ही हात तुमचा सायलेन्सर लावला, तुम्हाला चटका बसतो टू व्हीलरला. सिलेंडरच्या इथे लावून बघितला कधी तुम्ही? जर कोण टू व्हीलर चालवत असेल बघा, सिलेंडरला हात लावून बघा. मी पण कधी बघितलं, मी आज बघतो घरी गेले. वाचते का बघतो चटका बसतो का. मला पण एक्सपिरियन्स झाला. Therefore, the bulk temperature of lubricant can be reduced by providing pins on the gearbox, air cooling by a fan, or circulating cold water. Okay, can we stop here? Okay, we will stop here. Please wait. I will take your attendance.
Okay, sir.